Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we're going to be talking about one of my favorite cards for one of my favorite archetypes. So, as you guys probably know, some of you guys have sometimes asked me, Seto, what is your favorite archetype? Some of my longtime subscribers probably already know, but my favorite archetype is Gravekeepers, followed by Six Samurai, followed by Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, the reason I love Gravekeepers so much is because, if you guys don't know me, I love ancient history, ancient Egypt, studying ancient cultures, be it even U.S. history, which is not ancient history, but I love U.S. history and I love ancient history and just studying history in general. So the fact that a lot of my favorite decks actually involve mythos or legends or just tales of old, so things like the Noble Knights I like, BA I like, the Nordic gods, Egyptian gods, because they involve history in some way, shape, or form that I can play in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of the reasons why I was originally drawn to Yu-Gi-Oh! Ancient Egypt. It's where the pharaoh comes from, a Tim. That's why I love that's why one of the reasons I fell in love with Yu-Gi-Oh! Initially, along with Blue Eyes White Dragon, but that's a story for a different day. So here is a card called Gravekeeper Spy, which, if you guys are familiar with GKs, this is the backbone of Gravekeepers. This is the card that's your power play of the deck. Now, Gravekeepers are one of the oldest archetypes in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. And I think it got like a tournament pack super at some point in time, like out of Turbo Pack or one of the original tournament packs. But my mind deceives me at the moment. These were the first holo rarities of GK, my Gravekeeper Spies that I ever had. For the longest time, I was using the commons, which it's original printing. Now, Gravekeeper Spy back in the day could be used in a multitude of different decks. It just wasn't built for GKs. So back before we had the Frog engine in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So Treeborn Frog, Perfect Circle Monarchs, that stuff. We actually used to use a lot of different tribute engines in the game. One of the most favorite of people was the Gravekeeper Spy engine. So what you used to do was, you would set it, they would attack into it, you flip it up, you bring out another Gravekeeper Spy. That's what happens, because first turn, trying to get around back in maybe 2005, 2006, trying to get around a 2000 booty, it's much more harder than it is nowadays. So they would attack into it, you flip up a spy, bring out another spy, and then you will go tribute or tribute. So you could bring out like a Jinzo or a Monarch card or whatever the case would be. But Gravekeeper Spy used to be a good substitute for tribute fodder. And so I used to play it in those type of decks, and I also used to play it in GKs with Necro Valley, because Necro Valley was a really powerful card, and in the GX era, we got, I think it was the GX or 5Ds era, we got Commandant. And Commandant was a great card because it could search out Necro Valley directly. It was kind of the deck's own terraforming with a 21 beater attached to it. But I was still using common spies. And then sometime around that time frame, they came out with, I remember, Dual Terminal 06. I think this must have been the 5Ds era or early Zexal era, before it got a holo treatment, really. So as you can see, these are the DTs. And my buddy of mine actually gave these to me. And he said, hey, I know you love Gravekeepers, and I was just getting back into the game. I think it was right after high school. So I had taken a little break in high school, my junior and senior, pretty much my senior year, because I was focused on trying to go to college, girlfriend, priorities, I guess. You guys know what I mean. So I took like about a year break from Yu-Gi-Oh! And when I came back, a buddy of mine actually gave these to me. Old friend, he was selling part of his collection, and he had these dual terminal GK spies, and I got them off him for that. And so these were the first Gravekeeper spies that I actually had that were really cool. And I had some dual terminal cards, but these were pretty much the first dual terminal cards that I was actually using in a deck consistently. Like, I didn't have DT Trishes, I didn't have DT Brios or anything of that nature back then. I didn't have things like of that nature. I did have some other DT cards, like random stuff, but these Gravekeeper Spies were one of the main things I was using in a lot of different decks. And I was using it mainly for GKs at that point in time. But because I love Gravekeeper so much, it was so cool to get these. And these just have so many good memories with me, because I had these initially because I think they got the secret and ulti prints, the ones I use now, when the Yugi's World collection came out, and I picked a place up of that. But for the longest time, back when GKs were in their super prime, when, who was it? Oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart on his name. Went down to Atlanta with his buddies and they all topped with GKs. I'm having a brain fart. I know his name, I know his face, but I just can't remember it at the moment. But I was playing those in that era when Recruiter came out. So when Gravekeeper's Recruiter came out, I was using these a lot because I would be like, okay, you know, set, flip, bring out Recruiter, normal summon Descendant, or if I had a Recruiter in hand, set, flip, bring out Descendant, normal summon Recruiter, pop, pop, 2 cards on your field, swing for 2,000. It was a valid strategy back then. And, you know, back in the day before we even had Descendant, we used to, with Gravekeeper Spy, you would go set, flip, bring out Gravekeeper's Assailant, swing over, put your monster in defense position, swing over it. So this card had so much utility, and still to this day, if you play GKs, it's still a very utility, you know, a great card in GKs. But I love this card to death. Has a lot of good memories with it, and these DT ones especially, because when GKs were in their prime, these were the DT ones I have. They're not worth much anymore. I think they're like $1, but I don't care. They're just got so many good memories of just me playing GKs back before they became popular, back, you know, back in the original Yu-Gi-Oh era, the original GX era, 5Ds in its prime in the late 5Ds, early Zexal era. A lot of good memories in this deck. And these guys especially, because this is what I was playing with when I went to one of my regionals after high school and I topped the event. So good memories here with these guys. Very, 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 very good memories. But till next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. I hope you enjoy this story. Go GKs. GKs for life, Holmes. And I'll see you guys till next time. Good luck dueling to all of you. And if you guys love GKs, please give this video a big thumbs up because I love GKs with a passion. Oh, and by the way, funny story as I end this off here. So when I actually got these DTs from the guy that I brought them from, my friend at the time, I thought up to that time in Yu-Gi-Oh! That Gravekeeper Spy was actually a woman. I thought it was a woman. I swore it was a woman. I had not seen the Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode in GX where they show that Gravekeeper's Assailant is the woman and Gravekeeper Spy apparently is a dude. So I loved this card for so long, but I thought I didn't know it was a dude, not a girl. I mean, I didn't see the Adam's apple on him. My friend pointed that out to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I made the most hugest blunder. We just laughed about it. I was like, oh, she's such a beautiful card, and he's like, wait, you do know it's a dude, right? And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, Gravekeeper Spy is a dude. And I asked one of my other friends, he's like, yeah, it's a dude. I was like, oh my gosh. For the last 5 years, like, because at that time, that was like, what, 2009, 2010, and I've been playing GK since, what, 2003, 04? So about 5-6 years I've been playing GKs, and this entire time, I thought it was a girl. I mean, look at it. You tell me. Like, it had, like, I thought, I guess, that this was some type of ponytail and this was just like a turban. And the face looked very feminine to me, so I thought it was a freaking girl. But then I find out that Assailant is the girl and then Gravekeeper Spy is the dude. Believe my surprise when I say I literally felt sick I was like, oh my gosh, Seto. Like, oh my gosh, man, like, how did I know that? We just laughed about that for like a longest time. Because I don't know why, we just laughed about it. And it was just so funny to think that I actually mistaken its identity. When I found that out and I told some other people years later, they were like, wait. It's a dude? I thought it was a girl. So other people out there have made that mistake in the past. But I felt very silly when I found that out, that I didn't know that. But that was like right in its prime of GKs, like right before the GKs really took off with Gravekeeper's Recruiter. I think it was. That's when these came out. But believe me, I laughed my butt off. But till next time, guys, take care. Have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Hope you enjoyed that little story at the end there, because that really did happen, and it was just hilarious when that did happen. But I'll see you guys next time, and good luck dueling to all of you guys, and Again, go GKs. Take care, everybody. I'll see you guys next time.